All right, this video is a quick video about taking apart the Mate 3, probably the Mate 3S. This is a broken Mate 3. We'll take it apart real quick. This isn't really going to be an exciting video, but here we go. So the purpose of this was that a missionary had emailed and asked about repairing the screen on their Mate 3, and I'm going to show sort of how it's done. I don't think this is something that should be attempted unless you really have no other options or you were really an expert with your hands in electronics and things like that. Okay, so we remove the back cover, and then we can remove the circuit board here with these screws. There's not really any user serviceable parts here. Um, if you're having problems with like the firmware not working, there is a way on Outback's website on how you can reinstall firmware from the flash card on boot up. There's special keys you push on that to do that. So opening this up to install firmware is just really not something that you would need to do. You might need to change this lithium battery on occasion. They only last a few years. Okay, so we've gotten all the screws out. Now we're going to carefully lift up this tab up like this, and out comes this these traces. You can see the contacts are here, and they make contact down there. We're going to want to clean that when we reassemble that, okay? And then the one last piece is this. You can just carefully pry this apart here. I'm going to use a little bit of a screwdriver. You need to be very careful with these things. You don't break them. There's actually probably a tab underneath here, but I'm not really able to get to that tab. There we go. Okay, that's apart. Now, these have pins in them here, and they're going down and making contact. So you just need to pull it up, shake it, or wiggle it, and pull it up. Yeah, it's a little tight. There it goes. See, those are the pins, and they go in these holes here. All right, so we try to touch the edge. We don't really want to get any static charge on that board. Okay, so now we finally got access to the screen there, but you don't, because you see these screws here. They hold this in. Now, this is the Mate 3. The Mate 3S might be a little different. I'm not sure. In this one, you have to get in here and pry this off. So you're going to damage it. You could try using some wood or plastic, like you'd use with your phone screen, to get in there and pry this. This is a non-functioning unit, and so I'm not really worried about damaging it. You got to work it and get the glue loose. I have had this open already, so this glue is a lot looser than a brand new one. And of course, you carefully pull that out, and this is where all the buttons make interface. Okay, connection. And this does have glue on here, so you're probably going to want to put a little glue on when you put it back to keep it in place. All right, we'll set that aside. And then finally, we've got the screws holding the LCD in place. Again, I'm recommending that this not be done under most circumstances. This is not really a repairable device. This specific missionary had, the screen has a black spot in the middle, and he's watched some tutorials online how you can fix that by changing the reflective paper on the back here. All right, so we do have the LCD out. All right, now what we're going to do is we are going to carefully pry these tabs here, 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 and all the way down open. And when we do that, we'll separate this a little bit, but you have to be careful so you don't damage the cables here or the cables here. This is the LED lights array there that lights the screen up. All right. Okay, I got that one out. We'll break this, we'll get this tab loose here carefully. Now you can easily fracture the glass on the screen, and then you're just toast at that point. I don't think we can even order these replacement screens from Outback. If you damage this, you're out about $400 for a Mate 3. And they're going to become harder to get a hold of over time. See, I fractured that glass a little bit there just by prying with that screwdriver, and that is not good. So you need to be carefuler than me. I am not the greatest guy for doing small projects like this. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're carefully opening this. Okay, now see, this is taped, and so it all doesn't really come apart any more than this. Now, the next thing is that you actually have to get the LCD screen out And I've already opened this, so it's going to be a little easier. And that this is glued in place. Okay, so I'm going to carefully leave the backing there. And now again, if you pull too hard here, you're going to fracture this glass. See how I've opened this up here? Okay, now there is the reflective screen here, is this material here. You can see that's the front, that's the back, and you can even see, yeah. So this is the stuff that you would have to remove if you're wanting to replace it to get the dim part of the screen. I'm not going to go any further here because I have no idea how you would remove that without fracturing the snot out of the glass. The YouTube videos I've seen online, they're fixing pretty cheap junk they don't care about. This is a $400 device that you can very easily destroy and damage here. Okay, so I'm not going to go any further with this. I'm just going to show you how you could do this. I don't recommend it. Again, there's a lot of things you can damage these wires. They're very small, and if you damage them, you're in trouble. And now you still have to remove this and then reassemble it with some other reflective thing. And it has to be flat, clean, clear on the glass. I don't think you can just slap on a piece of aluminum foil and expect it to work. It might not. It's your risk at that point. Okay? I'm going to stop this video here, and I hope it's helpful.